Here today, I've got the new Roving Crown. I'm with my buddy George Zajac. George, say hi.
Hello.
When Blackie was in town for the Lancaster Classic, he gave me one of the new TOPHAT Roving Crowns. What you have is a 160 grain head that has a rubber style bushing. And what this is going to do is it's going to stop your arrow when you miss and hit rocks from breaking. Last year at the Muzzy shoot, I shot really well. I was really happy with the way I shot. But you're shooting at little blocks from 10 to 50 yards. And even if you miss this little block by a little bit, you're in the rocks. Even though I finished top 8 in the recurve end, I broke, I think, 10 arrows. So that was shooting judo points with bows that produce pretty good energy. And the bottom line was you break a lot of arrows. The Roving Crown is basically a judo point on steroids. You've got a rubber bushing that stops the arrow, hopefully from shattering. You've got a point that drops into a flat head. You've got, instead of little springy arms to bend, you basically have nylon weed whacker thread. Or weed whacker, whatever you'd call the stuff that we use to trim stuff with. It's all rebuildable, all replaceable. So it's a head that you can keep servicing. So basically it's a snowy day outside. We're gonna take a judo point, we're gonna take this and we're gonna shoot around and we're gonna see if it does save the head a little bit, have the shaft, and we're gonna see if it doesn't bury as well. Now it's snow on the ground, so everything's gonna bury. But we're gonna just do some playing around and see how it works out. I think it's gonna be a pretty exciting, neat head from TOPHAT. Again, Blackie, you're the best. Thank you. Okay, what we got is judo point, field point, Roving Crown. We're gonna back up there about 10, 15 yards. I've got about, I don't know, 6 inches of snow, 5 inches of snow. We're gonna shoot at that leaf right there. The arrows are gonna go in here. I have a tree here. Hopefully I don't lose too many arrows. We're gonna see, even in snow, if the Roving Crown helps it from burying and helps you find your arrows. First goes a field point. Gone. Judo point. Gone. Roving Crown. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to show you. As you can see, this was the field point, complete bullet gone. I'm going to get a rake and look for it. So field point was gone. Regular judo point, gone. Roving Crown. In this case, I can find my arrow. So 1 to the Roving Crown. Very cool. Okay, here's the stump portion of the Roving Crown test. Stump, it's an old stump. I used to throw tomahawks at it. George is going to shoot his Omega Delta from Kegan. It's 48 pounds. He's drawn at about 28 inches. We're going to put a field point, and we're going to put a judo, and we're going to put a roving crown into the stump and see how the roving crown holds up. First is field point. Okay. Next, judo. Try to shoot it a little bit to the left, but don't finish. Last, roving crown. Okay. What we've got is the roving crown. No damage to the arrow. It actually bounced off the wood, which means great, because right now I've got a field point stuck in a stump that it's in a frozen stump that I'm not going to get out. The judo point, that's arrows. You can look, it didn't break, but what we have is I can now put a fingernail between my insert and the end of the arrow. So it did jump and push the insert out. So it did obviously hit hard enough that it caused a little arrow trauma. A couple of these and probably the shaft would break. Again, the roving crown, no damage at all to the tip, and the tip bounced back. Again, roving crown, better. Cool. All right, this is what everybody wants to see. I'm going to stand back at about 10 yards and I'm going to shoot all three into a stone. I'm sure some are going to break. Blackie, you owe me arrows for doing this. I'm going to be using a 48-pound covert hunter that's, hi Jack, that's putting out a lot of energy. So what I'm sure everybody's curious about, does the little bushing stop the shaft from shattering? First is the judo point. Next, I'm not even going to shoot the field point because I know it's going to break. Next is the roving crown. Okay, well, hold on. Here's what we have. We've got judo point completely shrapneled. Arrow is toast. We have roving crown. It busted it up bad. But the shaft is split, but not near as bad. So it did help it a little bit. I could probably cut off a little bit of that and use this over again, which I'm gonna do. So, judo point, roving crown, it did help. You know, that bow's putting out a lot of juice. So, I am very impressed with what the roving crown did do. Blackie, you're the best. Thanks, buddy. All right, to end things, this was the roving crown. This was the judo. The judo one is shot for me. It's not an arrow that I can cut. Even if I cut it off back here, it would be too short for me to use then. This one, I'll be able to pull that tip out, just cut off that little bit at the end, and this is a reusable shaft. So in the end, the top hat, roving crown, if you're interested in saving arrows, seems to be a point that is gonna do so. You're not gonna lose as many arrows. Even in snow, the arrow did not disappear on us. I'm sure shooting it into grass and things like that, it would work even better. And hitting hard objects, you're gonna save your arrows. Blackie, again, thanks for everything. You owe me 1 arrow. Thanks, buddy. Bye.